Dom here from the Art Music Sphere and SOUNDSPHERE magazine. I'm going to do another list today. I did industrial the other day. I'm doing grunge today. Grunge is a genre very close to my heart. I'm sure very close to some of yours as well. In this list, I'm not dismissing the impact of course, Alice in Chains or Nirvana or Soundgarden as the forefathers of the genre, and I'm not discounting the modern grunge of bands like Seether and Puddle of Mudd and their obviously notable impact in modern popular culture. But what I am going to do is talk to you about a few bands today, give you a very brief description of new bands that are doing really well in across the board and incorporating elements of grunge and making a great kind of noise under the modern grunge genre or bracket or whatever we'll call it. The first one is a band called Lowlives, who crossed the US and the UK. Members of UK bands like The Defiled and Lost Prophets are in there. Lovely downwards vocals, really cool gruff, kind of Nirvana-esque grunge vibe about his stuff. Their songs are fantastic. Euphoric, Hey You is probably my track of the year, and just a beautiful sound, great riffs, really uplifting, really euphoric in the riffs, good solid rock drumming, amazing band. Doing amazing things. I think once the lockdown is over, they're going to be doing some great tours. I think they've just toured with New Year's Day in the UK, so I really urge you guys to check them out because they really embody the spirit of 90s alternative rock very well. The second band I'm going to bring into you is a band called NEWMEDS from Hull. They kind of bridge the gap from sort of metalcore to grunge through alternative rock, but they do have metal influences due to the bands they used to be in and have been in before. Very metal metal-esque bands, but they do have they talk a lot about mental health, so they have a lot of uplifting lyrics. The riffs are really cool, really catchy. They've got a track called Psycho that's just come out, which is fantastic, which I would recommend. Really cool, hooks, really bouncy, and just a good kind of alternative rock club band that can make people dance and bounce and get in the mosh pit, etc. But again, they're talking about mental health, which is fantastic and really good, and championing the 90s alternative rock / grunge genre, which we're talking about today. A band I can't ignore in this list is Dinosaur Pile-Up. Now obviously they're not as new as some of the bands on this list, but again probably the most prominent sort of grunge new alternative rock band to come out in the last 5 years, I would say, around the globe. Doing very well. They're originally from Leeds in the UK, but they moved to London. Matt Bigland has that kind of, sort of really not soothing, but sort of smooth, again, kind of drawl that reminds again of Nirvana. A little bit of Soundgarden in there as well. There's obviously numerous alternative rock. There's a little bit of Placebo in there. There's a lot of hooks. But Dinosaur Pile-Up really specialise in sort of poppy hooks. Nurture was a great record for that. The last one, Celebrity Mansions, and Back Foot is a really cool one. Looking at celebrity culture, which I recommend you check out. Just a beautiful band with just pure anthems of alternative rock. And I've seen them play a few times. They're an amazing band. A couple of US bands. First one is Gouge Away, who obviously take very good influence there from the Pixies. I think they've got a lot of roots in hardcore, though. They're quite heavy in their stuff. They're really intense, and their live shows are pretty intense. And again, they come from that kind of hardcore vibe in what they do. And it's just an amazing band. I think their last record, Burnt Sugar, was pretty awesome. They've got a track called Only Friend, which is great, and they're just really chaotic, but really hooky as well. One of the bands that I really want to see live once the lockdown is over, and really kind of experience for myself, because they're definitely a car band for me, one that I'll listen to, and I will find purely for the aggression and the angst and the overall energy of Gouge Away. And they're kind of on this list because they're just pure brilliant, really. They're just a great band. Another one we're going to do is called Drug Church. They're another US band. They've got some wicked tunes, man. There's sometimes spoken word in their vocals, really pushing the kind of alternative rock, hardcore and grunge genres in new directions, which is awesome, because they do some wicked stuff, man. All their stuff, They had a track called Unlicensed Hall Monitor, and their last record they did was wicked. They brought out a couple of singles this year, and that again staples on any playlist that I kind of put together for SOUNDSPHERE at Drug Church, just because they've just got so many hooks. Their riffs are particularly stand out, just like beautiful stuff. Really, you know, we talk about the euphoric riffs that happen in grunge that just kind of hook people in and get people bouncing. So yeah, Drug Church are another one of those bands for me. Just beautiful stuff that I would recommend to anyone. Not necessarily over other bands on this list, but would be probably the most, aside from Dinosaur Pile-Up, that are very accessible, very accessible for the alternative audience, and also you know, even indie fans I think can find something in there, a bit like with Dinosaur Pile-Up as well. The last band I'm going to bring in to hear for you today, keeping it nice and short, is another UK band called Big Spring. They've had loads of plays on Spotify. All their stuff's wicked. They've got really heavy drums. You know, they put a lot of effort into the drums and the guitars in recording. Just monolithic sort of stadium filling sounds from them that are just amazing to kind of to listen to. Just great stuff. There's so many other bands, of course, that do amazing things in the grunge genre. You know, like I say, I mentioned a few in the beginning. This is all about discussion. These are just a few bands that I want you guys to listen to, that I want you guys to check out, if you can, if you have the time. If you don't worry about it, but please do suggest in the comments a few other bands that I might enjoy, because I'm a huge fan of grunge and that's why I'm doing these videos. If you want to find more cool grunge bands, we've got plenty in the SOUNDSPHERE 2020 playlist or on SOUNDSPHERE magazine, the website. But just because I'm passionate about it and I'm starting this alt music sphere thing to talk about bands and genres that I'm passionate about, the grunge, there's so many wicked grunge bands out there at the minute doing amazing stuff, and I could go on and on about the genre and how much I love it. But bands like Lowlives, who are pushing, you know, doing really well after, like I say, the other bands of you know, they had rough endings, so it's great to see. It's great to see Lowlives doing well. Allusinlove have been up and down. They're obviously a Yorkshire band, so it's great to see. I'm originally from Yorkshire. Great to see them doing big level tours as well. Gouge Away, I really can't wait to see them. Of course, they have all the right influences, but they have the energy of hardcore, which I love. You know, just so frenzied and so exciting. You know, there's so many bands. Like I say, Big Spring have those kind of big sort of stadium ready hooks, which are fantastic. And Drug Church, who've been probably the most outside on this list, the most kind of out there on this list, is Drug Church, because of their kind of much more hardcore sort of punk influences. But again, those hooks there take definite influence from alternative rock, and I'm really excited to see what they do in the future with their stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've kept it nice and short, giving you a few bands to listen to over your lockdown. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've enjoyed the bands. Let me know if you do enjoy the bands. And look after yourselves, take care, drink plenty of water, eat plenty of food, listen to plenty of grunge. Check out the industrial list I've done. If you haven't had a chance, go and check out SOUNDSPHERE magazine if you get a chance to do that as well. We kind of sort of do alternative rock and metal and punk and dance and industrial and electronic music, so we're kind of across the alternative music spectrum. So check that out, and hopefully you guys enjoy the stuff you find there, and please let me know your suggestions for good grunge music in the comments and stuff. And obviously I'm not trying to dismiss anybody. I've just given you a few bands that I like that I think you guys should check out. If you think I've missed any from who are doing really well in 2020 that deserve a push, please put them in the comments. Thank you very much. I've been Dom Smith from SOUNDSPHERE. This is the Alt Music Sphere. We'll see you again really soon.